Okay, I'm going to show you how to integrate your FreshBooks accounting app with Proposify. So we're going to integrate FreshBooks and Proposify. To do that, if you're on the account settings, you just click the FreshBooks logo, and it's going to ask you for your subdomain. So I'm actually logged into FreshBooks in another tab, and I'm just going to copy the subdomain, so everything that comes before .freshbooks.com, and I'm going to put that right here. And because I'm already logged in, it should just immediately connect the account. If I'm not logged in, it'll ask me to log into FreshBooks. Okay, so now it's asking for access, which I'm going to say allow. And just like that, the account is now integrated with FreshBooks. I can, if I choose to, import some contacts from FreshBooks, or I can just get started. So the way the integration works is when you have a proposal that's been accepted by a client, you want to turn that into an invoice in FreshBooks and then send them the invoice. So right here I've got a proposal in a draft form, and I've got a fee table here that's got 3 different fees. One is their unit, 2 of them are unit quantity, one's optional, another one is $5,000 a month, and it's using a quantity as well. So basically they total up to $3,500, $15,000, $10,000, and then the total is $28,500. So ideally we want our client to accept this proposal, and then we want to turn this into an invoice and send it to them. So if your client accepts the proposal, or if they just verbally tell you that they accept it, you can mark it as 1. Either way, your proposal, once your proposal is in a 1 state, you'll see this construction equipment for Springfield Power Plant was marked as 1. You can now generate a FreshBooks invoice by clicking here. The other way to get to it is if you clicked on the proposal to visit the snapshot, you now see there's a FreshBooks button that you can click. So here's where you can choose either to invoice the entire amount right away, or you can just choose a percentage of the invoice or a percentage of the project to invoice. So sometimes people invoice 50% of the project at the beginning, and you can also set a due date here. So you might say that it's due immediately, as in today, or it's due in 2 weeks. And you can also add some notes. So you can just say deposit to be paid before kickoff. And now we will generate this invoice. It shows me you invoice 50% on this date, and now I can click to view directly view this invoice PDF, or I can click edit to open up the invoice in FreshBooks and see what it looks like before I send it. So it shows me that it properly moved over the client name, it used the correct due date, it did the math properly, so it took all of these fees here and it cut them in half, and it shows in the notes that this is the deposit to be paid before kickoff. So this looks good. This is what you want, and then what you can do now is you can choose to send your client the proposal, or sorry, send them the invoice. So now when we go back to the snapshot and view FreshBooks again, you'll see actually a history of everything that you've invoiced to date. So you can go and generate a new invoice by going back to that link.